eminent domain for Lake Maria Sanchez seawall. City of St. Augustine is moving forward with a critical flood protection project, even if it means taking legal action to make it happen. City officials have filed eminent domain lawsuits against 2 property owners along Lake Maria Sanchez after efforts to negotiate access for the new seawall have failed. The city says the seawall is essential for protecting the area from worsening flooding tied to high tides, storm surge, and rising sea levels. The lawsuit targets property owners at 156 Marine Street and 8 Hedrick Street. City Communications Director Melissa Whistle confirmed that a judge has been assigned and a quick take hearing will soon be scheduled to transfer ownership of the necessary easements to the city so permitting can begin. Chief Resilience Officer Jessica Beach, perfect last name for that job, says the city had been working with the homeowners for quite some time to gain voluntary cooperation before turning to eminent domain. The new seawall is part of a broader plan that stems from the St. Augustine's 2013 Stormwater Master Plan. In addition to the wall, the project will install stormwater pumps, tide check valves, and upgraded drainage to protect 200 acres, including parts of downtown and Lincolnville, home to historic buildings on the National Register of Historic Places. The wall itself will stand 7 feet tall with about 3 feet exposed above ground. The project is expected to cost more than $30 million. Nearly $20 million will come from the Florida Department of Environmental Protection's Resilient Florida Grant Program, with the city covering the rest. Mayor Nancy Sykes-Klein emphasized that the city isn't trying to seize property or ruin anybody's view. They would rather protect St. Augustine's irreplaceable history. As she put it, preserving these unique and rare buildings is our identity. It's the core value of who we are, end quote. All right. So they've been trying to work with these homeowners for a long time. They're not trying to take their entire property.
They're trying to take an easement to allow them to do this, to make it where, because if you have a wall and that family says, no, you can't, then this does no good.
Yes.
It's absolutely, not going to work.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious if they actually live here or not. I mean, why wouldn't you want your house protected? It doesn't make sense to me, but unless they're just trying to get some money out of the city or something like that. So
well,
it's not very neighborly.
It hasn't worked in their favor if they were just trying to get a bigger price, because now it's just going to get seized. And
No, eminent domain, you do still pay.
But it's not the same rate.
You pay the market rate of what it is. So you do still pay for whatever they take.
But a lot of
people think the government just comes in, takes your land, and you get nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. You get paid even with the eminent domain. But a lot of people don't realize that where Lake Sanchez is, the water came all the way up to almost King Street. Historically, and Flagler filled in that back side over there.
Wow.
So like where the Lightner is, the water came all the way up to where Lightner was at one point. So all that weir system and all that stuff, that started with Flagler filling that in.
Yeah.
So in the 1700s, Lake Sanchez was almost to King Street.
Those tycoons that just believed that they could power over nature.
Yeah.
Interesting mindset.
Yeah.
If there's enough money, you can just beat nature. Like, why not?
I don't think Henry Flagler washed his legs. So.
I'm certain he didn't.
Yeah.
Not with the way they had to bathe. Although he did.
Yeah, he probably had a hot shower before everybody else.
Yeah, so. Probably did. But he probably had people to help with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was still the age of not knowing how to dress yourself, because you had a person that would dress you. And I'm sure he did. Who knows?
I don't know if I'd enjoy a person dressing me.
Probably depends on if they look like they're coming to America bathing.
Who the person was.
Coming to America, the royal penis is clean, sir. I bet his legs were clean.
Yeah.
$2.1 million for a volleyball facility can begin construction.